Another day in crypto, another meme coin launch, some more tariffs by Trump. What more could you ask for? In today's video, we'll be going over exactly what is happening to Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto industry. We'll be going over some very important news, and I'll also be sharing some of my short-term trade setups with you. If you enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's jump right into the video. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. As we can see, we held this 95.9K area as support, and as we discussed in my previous video, it was a solid opportunity to long. Now, the target here would be hitting the 99K range, but I have to be honest with you guys, I am not entirely convinced here, so I would be aggressive in taking profits if you entered a long around this region, because the industry at this very moment is not looking pretty. And you want to know why? Well, take a look at this. The president of the Central African Republic launched a meme coin. Yes, you heard that right. Now, a lot of people were speculating that this was potentially AI, but he went ahead and launched a meme coin, and it has since been confirmed. This is the worst possible thing for the industry. Countries launching meme coins, and then, if we take a look at the price action, it absolutely rugged. So he's talking about the fact that they were supposedly the second country to adopt the Bitcoin standard, as we know El Salvador have done, and now they go ahead and launch a meme coin. And as I showed you, it absolutely tanked. People started speculating on this immediately, and it almost hit a $1 billion market cap before coming right back down to around $100 million at the time of recording this video. Guys, stay away from this crap. It's sucking liquidity out of the space. And you know, over the weekend, we also addressed Dave Portnoy's coin, Jailstool, which has dumped below a $70 million market cap, hitting a high of $200 million. Now on Twitter, he kept on saying that he would not sell until a $500 million market cap was achieved, but who knows? He could have had other wallets to be selling this token. A lot of people are dishonest in this industry, and so it's best that you keep your money out of these scams, because yes, if you catch the pump, you can see some significant profits, but they dump just as fast as they pump, if not faster. Now, I've played around with some of these coins before, and I have made money. I have also lost money, and I would highly recommend that you avoid them because it's not a realistic and sustainable path to wealth. But as we already discussed at length, this sucks liquidity and attention out of the altcoin market for altcoins that are actually trying to build something. And there's no better way to look at this than to look at the total crypto market cap. As we can see, we still have not made a new high. This over here, right around $1.13 trillion is the previous resistance, and we weren't able to break up. Now, there's a chance that we could revisit much lower levels, perhaps around the $600 billion mark, if this kind of altcoin shenanigan keeps on going. People keep on launching memes. It takes the attention away from the rest of the altcoin market. We're already in a pretty restrictive period in terms of monetary policy because we're still in quantitative tightening. So at the moment, there's simply not enough capital for a sustained altcoin season. Now, I do think this will likely change this year, but first we need to shake out all of the bullshit that this industry has given us over this past year. So what am I doing in the short term? Well, first of all, I'm very aggressive in taking profits off of any Bitcoin longs at the moment. It's been a few weeks now that I discussed if we were to break below the 100K level, I would be favoring shorts in the market. And I have been favoring shorts until we reclaim this level as support. Now, if this level falls through and we can't hold $96,000, it is very likely, in my opinion, that we revisit the bottom of the range right around 91.8K. And as we discussed in some of my previous videos, the next level after that is all the way down to around the 73K area because there's nothing but air below this area of support. Now, we don't need to worry quite yet, but if this were to happen, it would still be a healthy market correction, in my opinion, and it would likely shake out a lot of the crap that we've been seeing with the pump fund tokens. Now, let me give you an example that I watched Benjamin Cowan discuss. Now, you might think that dropping all the way below here would be the end of the bull market cycle, but I'm here to tell you that that's not the case, because if we go to a previous bull market cycle, if we go back into Bitcoin's history, we can see that we actually dropped at the beginning of 2017 all the way down to the high from the previous year, 2016. And this marks a 36% correction. Now, if I go back to today, that 36% correction would look something like this, taking all the way up from $109,000 all the way down to 73K, 33% correction. Now, I don't want to scare you, but this is the exact scenario that I am looking at if we are to breach the 91.8K region. Now, there are multiple other scenarios for the price of Bitcoin, and that's why we just have to take what the market gives us and trade it. And that is why I put out this exact tweet. If you look hard enough, there are unlimited opportunities to make money in crypto. even in the current Bitcoin ranging market where altcoins continue to suffer. This is the time where you should be trading Bitcoin in particular, and it's the best potential opportunity in this market. It's really not that difficult to trade if you look at some of these key levels that I highlighted on the chart here. And if you'd like to trade with me, make sure to click the first link in my description. It will bring you directly to Weeks, to this landing page where you can see you can earn up to $30,000 in bonus, and you also get 50% off all of your trading fees if you sign up with my link. So right now, all I would say is all eyes are on Bitcoin. If we can breach this 99K level, it's very likely that we could go ahead and move higher to around the 102.2K, and then hopefully the all-time high, excluding the wicks, right around $106,000. But if we are to fail to break this level and come back down and then break below the 96K level, it is very likely, as I mentioned, to hit 92K once again. And if you're not particularly comfortable trading these markets alone, you can join us in the Legends community. Now, the Legends community has a bunch of experts in trading, including Andy, the man himself, and Divault. And if you want to look at some of the numbers we've achieved, let's take a look. Over the past week, we hit over 54% in P&L, and you can see we've been tracking all of our trades live within the Discord. In the Discord, we give you exact trading setups with where you should be taking profits and where you should be setting your stop losses. So if that interests you, make sure to sign up with the second link in my description. Now let's go through some of the most important tweets that I found. This one I just need to bring to your attention. The pump and dumps are at an all-time high. Don't blindly trust anyone in this game. Don't just ape into something because you saw a big account talk about it. Lots of money to be made this year, but even more to be lost. And I couldn't agree with this more, although Altcoin Gordon is kind of more of a meme X account, but I do like to follow him because he posts funny stuff. This is probably the truest thing he has ever said. It is so true. I would highly recommend against dumping your money into these shitcoins because they all trend to zero. A more sustainable way to be profitable in this market would be to join us in the community. As I mentioned, it's the second link in my description. But that's up to you to decide. Nothing on this channel should be construed as financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I think is best, and it's up to you to make your own assessment. Something else that was very interesting to see is that Ethereum short positions reached their largest ever in history, as we can see on this chart. Now, a lot of people might think that this is a scary thought because the price of Ethereum could potentially just tank, but what might actually happen is this could fuel a pump and can cause a ton of short liquidations as the masses try to short Ethereum. But in the end, we always revert back to Bitcoin. Trump's CryptoSar said on a podcast, what Bitcoin offers is a different kind of currency. It's not backed by the government, it's backed by math. And I couldn't agree with this comment more. Math over government promises. Bitcoin is the first truly trustless money, no middlemen, no manipulation, just pure mathematical certainty. And as we continue to see more and more companies and institutions continue to accumulate Bitcoin aggressively, Metaplanet, which is a publicly traded Japanese company, is to acquire 21,000 Bitcoin worth $2 billion by 2026. They're announcing their plans, and so you should be accumulating Bitcoin as well, in my honest opinion. And that's not the only news out of Japan. We can also see that the Japanese Financial Services Agency is looking to lift the ban on Bitcoin and crypto ETFs. Very bullish for Bitcoin once again. Notice how all of this news is around Bitcoin and not these shit coins that are getting launched on a daily basis on Pump Fund. And this ties into the final thing I want to show you. There are only 140,000 Bitcoins left on the OTC markets. If MicroStrategy makes 3 more purchases, judging by their historical purchase sizes, all of the OTC Bitcoin will also be depleted. If the US and 15 states begin to buy Bitcoin, as we've been seeing, they're really starting to push on the approval process. They might start to buy Bitcoin. There will be almost no Bitcoin left, even for the institutions. So in my mind, everything that's happening in the shitcoin market is to distract you from one thing and one thing alone, and that is to keep accumulating Bitcoin. That is personally what I've been doing. I've been talking about it on my X account as well, so make sure to drop me a follow there. But that is the main goal, to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. As I talked about on the channel, all of the profits that I make from trading shitcoins or from trading the market with Weeks within the Discord community all go into buying more Bitcoin. All of those profits, and I am not holding back. I'm trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, and I'm trying to spread that message because Bitcoin is the gold of the 21st century. And in 10 years' time, all of the hyped altcoins that we are talking about will likely not be around. But you know what will? Bitcoin. And that sums up today's video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.